That's not a bow. This is a bow. Twang. Look how big it is. Just like my... Hello and welcome, my name is HardKorePanda and today I'll be reviewing a mod by Xerxes. It's called Xerxes Weapon Mod. And as I said, it's by Xerxes over on the Minecraft forums. And it adds so much stuff into the game. In fact, I'm not even going to review everything in this mod. Which is odd, because for all of my other reviews, I've basically reviewed everything that the mod adds. However, for this mod, I'm going to leave a little bit for you guys to discover. Because... frankly, one, I don't really want to have a really long video to render out and edit and all this other stuff. But in addition, I mean, it gives you a little bit of, you know, I don't know, go look at it yourself, kind of pushes you in the direction of kind of getting it for yourself or leaving a little bit to discover. So, yeah, I'll go over the basics and some of the crafting recipes, but beyond that, I'll leave a lot of it, as I said, to you guys. So to start off, the new ores that it adds will spawn in the overworld. But we have the crystal, which will spawn only on stone blocks. You have the two types of meteor chunks, which we'll go over later. The ebony ore and the magnetite ore. So, using some vanilla items, which, hang on, so we started off with those ores. We'll jump over here. Instead of going to there, we'll jump over here. And to start off, you have the smelter, which you make using stone slabs over or around a cauldron. And that will give you a smelter. Here you have the forge. That's not what I wanted to do, which are 7 cobblestone, a crafting table, and a furnace, and that gets you a forge. Now the forge will be, well, I will show you guys later, but we'll start with the smelter. Now what the smelter does is instead of using a furnace, you use the smelter, and you smelt a lot of these items down into the respective material that comes out. So for instance, you take a redstone dust, and now you can make a redstone bar, which of course you would go to over here, redstone dust, and you use a lava bucket, which I forgot to mention, you can only use lava buckets with the smelter. Excuse me. And then over here you've also got the lump of lapis, which you use a lapis piece of lapis lazuli, and you get a lump of lapis in return. And of course you have basic crafting for all of these. You can make swords and all of the tools. So over here, next we have the, you can get, basically this is to make steel. It's a process, but you take coal and craft it into carbon dust. You take 8 carbon dust and an iron ingot, and you get a carbon coated ingot. Oh, and then, whoopsies, that's why. And then you take that carbon covered ingot and go over to the smelter, throw it in, and then out pops a steel ingot, which can be used to, of course, make, actually a katana. You can make a katana out of that, which I kind of don't want in my inventory. In fact, let's just move all of this stuff. You can get you make a katana, not a steel sword, but a katana, which is ultimately a steel sword, just a different name. And then you also get the steel pickaxe and all the other steel tools, and you can even make steel blocks for storage or just to make it look nice. It looks kind of like the iron block. Moving on, there's also the black steel, which is received from magnetite ore. That I showed you guys earlier, and you take the magnetite ore and put that in the smelter, and pop comes the dark iron ingot, or black iron ingot, sorry, not dark iron, I'm thinking of something else. Black iron ingot, which you can use to make black iron pickaxes, black iron swords, or black iron blades as it's called, and even black iron blocks. And now you have the ebony items, the ebony ingots, which can be used by smelting down some ebony, and you get the ebony ingot. Now with that you can make the ebony sword or ebony blade, ebony pickaxes, and all the ebony tools. And every so often, when using an iron or diamond pick, you can get a leech stone. That's why I'm not this. You shift right click on these crafting frames, you don't shift right click on this, you just middle mouse button. And you get the leech stone, which can be used in some crafting, some more advanced crafting later. Then you have the two versions of the of the meteorite ore, meteor ingot and impure meteor ingot. Now the meteor ingot can just be be used with sticks to make basic tools. And the saber, the meteor saber, is with three meteor ingots, my bad, and a stick, and you get the saber. Now moving on, you can get showing can't talk. So you have the crystal over there, and when you mine the crystal, you have a chance of getting one of these crystals. Just a regular crystal, which are very common. Blue, green, which are slightly common or uncommon, but slightly more common than that. Then there's the red and purple, which are rare, and orange and black, which are very rare. And blue through black are used to make lightsabers, and the regular shard, crystal shard, can be used with. I'm just gonna delete all this. Can be used to make crystal pickaxes, crystal swords, etc., etc. And finally, you have the bones, which typing with one hand. No, not this. I want to get this out. We're gonna go over there in a second and test this out, but we're gonna have to hop into another. We'll have to hop into easy or normal, whatever. Let's just do easy. And this is the steel bone. Sorry, I can't remember this stuff. It's a steel bone, and then you can make a crossbone, which is a pickaxe effectively, and that's with 5 steel bones. Then you can also make the bone blade, which is 2 steel ingots and a steel bone. And I just hop over here because it has an odd recipe. It is the bone shovel, which are 4 steel bones and an steel ingot. Bone axe, 4 steel bones, 2 steel ingots, and the bone hoe, 1 steel ingot and 3 steel bones. Now to get these steel bones, what you have to do is kill a DS skeleton, which I am not quite sure if that stands for dark steel, because that's kind of what you make, or dark stench, because that's the armor that you make. It's the armor that you can make out of their stuff. Where is it? Yeah, death stench. Sorry, death stench. I'm not sure if it's death steel, dark steel, or death stench, or whatever. I'm not really sure. It's not specified, but it kind of hints at it because they're still DS. So yeah, whatever. But that's what these are. They're hostile and they're evil. They will kill you. In fact, what they do is they weaken you and slow you. So we can just show that right now. Show me getting hurt. Ow, ow, ow. They don't really hurt you that much, but they definitely do a nice amount of damage to you. And I'll just light them on fire, because I'm like that. Come on. I'm gonna light you on fire. Put out the fire. Or I could just kill you. I'm gonna kill you. So yeah, that's the DS skeleton. Then there's this Pumpkin King, which once again is hostile and will kill you, and he actually blinds you, and that's actually supposed to be poison, not slowness, but I messed up for whatever reason. He poisons you, and it's not a nice sight. Ow, go away, go, I can't, heal, and then non-game over. So yeah, they can be quite a tussle, obviously. And okay, how'd you spawn? Maybe when I was blind because it's dark. I have no idea. Anyway, that's that mob. And in fact, they drop their own stuff. In fact, so the DS skeleton drops ripped dark leather, which is used to make armor, steel bones, veteran skull, and a skeleton skull. It can drop any one of these things. Now, our little friend here that blinds you and poisons you drops pumpkin head shard, which can be used to make armor, specifically a helmet. Now our little friend here, the electrified cow, or which I thought was called the petrified cow, but for whatever reason when on the spawn egg it calls him an electrified cow, but we'll just go with that for now, is non-hostile, has no special abilities that will poison you or whatever, or slow you or blind you, so he's nice. But he drops petrified leather, which I'm not sure if it actually has a use for yet. Strange. And then also raw beef. And our friend over here, the crystal husk, is non-hostile. I'm fairly certain you can spawn him using the crystal sword. I've not done it yet, but I just use a spawn egg to get him in, and he doesn't really do much for you along the lines of poisoning or anything. Okay, I'm going to turn to peaceful again because I don't like slimes. Excuse me. So now that we're done with that, the last thing is the forge, and obviously you have a crafting table like interface here with the furnace interface, so it's kind of a mix. And how this works is you place items in the required recipe, and then you use a coal or whatever item you want to burn it with, and you make that item. Now there's lots of recipes, I can't really remember them all, but these are just some of the items you can craft. One of them being the lightsaber, which is the most powerful item I think that's added. And all of these really have their own special abilities. For instance, the void sword, if you right click, it will send out a little white cube, which is supposed to be like an ender pearl, and you can teleport while using it. Of course, it requires an ender pearl in the recipe, so maybe more than one, I'm not quite sure. I'd have to go back and look at the recipe. But that's that. Then, for instance, this, which is the double-bladed meteor blade, it can shoot fireballs and stuff. So yeah, there's lots of different stuff. The lightning blade, use at your own risk. It will shoot lightning, but it will also put you on fire, so you really have to be careful with it. Usually, see, it lights you on fire too, which is strange. You have to kind of like jump around and get out of the way, but it's awesome. So yeah, I would really recommend checking out this mod, and if you're interested, go to the forum post. The link is in the description. Please leave a comment or something saying you liked it. It really helps him out, and frankly, I'd like to see this mod have more updates, because he's even on this on the forum post, he says there's other stuff that he intends to add. And for instance, if you go to WIP for a work in progress, there's some stuff here. There's, for instance, the onslaught hammer, which is a giant hammer, obviously, and it smashes stuff easy. Just look at that thing. Wouldn't you want that to be implemented fully into the game? See, but it's still a work in progress. So I mean, he's also got like giant weapons basically, and he's got a giant sword, a fully giant bladed sword, and a giant bow and stuff. Don't you want to see this? I would. Oh man, I don't even know where that arrow went. Oh well. Oh well, that didn't really go very far. Anyway, I think that it went over there. Awesome. Oh, there's a sword. It's a giant sword. So yeah, I think it's a good time to wrap this up, because I kind of went over everything I wanted to. Like I said, everything's in the description. My name's HardKorePanda, and have a great day, or night, or whatever. I don't know where you are.